we think of that anger about being let down, or we think about being hurt, we don't want to feel that. If you think about like just the human, we're not trying to be upset. We're not trying to feel bad.
Right.
Able to allow yourself to feel is a start to that regulation process. But then allowing yourself to process through that too. I love how you mentioned journaling earlier. Some
Yes.
people like to journal. So if you can write out what you're feeling in a journal, and it kind of, that's you. You're like, let me get this off my chest.
I'm a journaler.
Yeah. And that's good because you found what works for you. And so it could be journaling. For other people, it may be that safe space that you were talking about before. I know you mentioned therapy. It may be therapy and really working through what kind of caused you to feel dysregulated in the first place. But ultimately, it's having that awareness and that knowledge within yourself of saying, okay, I don't feel okay right now. How can I manage and get through this storm? Or how can I manage to get through this wave in order to function whatever I'm doing in that moment? I love that you found like that space and that outlet for you to be able to think through some of life's hard days and to think through some of the things that you may be experiencing. Like you said, it's a space that that you feel that release. If you
Yeah.
discard of it afterwards, or if you close your journal and put it somewhere safe, you're able to get it out. That's one of the most important factors when it comes to expressing yourself and releasing things. It's not holding on to the baggage.
Yeah. And sometimes, and it's not always because something's bad. It's just even sometimes if I'm having a great day, or maybe life is happening and I need to make a decision and I'm not sure how to go about it, I'll journal and I'll start all of my entries with, hey, dear God, blah, blah, blah. And I'll write it out. And through that process, I'm able to kind of hear my thought process and go, oh, well, this is what I need to do in this situation. It could be work related, it could be personal, it could be something with branding. But I want people to understand, just because you're going to a therapist or journaling, it's not always because of trauma and baggage. Sometimes it's just a way to process thoughts to make a decision in your life.
And speaking of decisions, there's this one model that I find so much value in, to kind of creating a choice. Because when we think about things that we kind of get stuck, or like if we're making the right choice or the right decision, sometimes because we're toiling like forth. This tool or this model that I enjoy using it's called the cost benefit analysis.
Okay.
And imagine setting up like on one side, kind of like a pros con list, like if you're visualizing it, but instead of the terms pros and cons, you would put costs on one side and then benefits on the other.
Hmm.
You would think through whatever that choice may be, and then kind of really consider like, what is it costing me to stay in this situation or to continue life the way that it is? What do I benefit from that? And then really being able to kind of be honest, which is something that I think can be tough depending on the situation, but to be honest and to really think about what that situation may be costing you and what you're, it can also be very helpful in knowing what decision you actually want to make or where God is leading you when it does come to your next choice or your next decision that you're about to take on.